I think as closely as we can, we should eat our omega-3s like nature intended. And I think it's pretty fascinating that in nature, when we eat omega-3 rich foods like fish, they're also rich with vitamin E and natural antioxidants. And I think it's what's interesting to note is that with polyunsaturated fatty acids, omega-6s and omega-3s, so they have three pathways available to them. One, they can be stored. We can store polyunsaturated fats in fat cells or in lipid droplets. So we can store them. Alternatively, they can go down the route of oxidation. In other words, we can burn them for energy. That's what I mean by oxidation. And then lastly, they can go down the route of peroxidation, which is the one that most people are afraid of, and rightly so. When we take an omega-6 or omega-3 fat and it goes down the peroxidation, that's when it's potentially problematic. If we burn it for energy, well, that's fine. It's just creating energy. And the fact is, Judy, those omega-6s and omega-3s are burned at a very, very high rate. In fact, we burn polyunsaturated fats so rapidly that they're the most ketogenic of all the fats, because we burn them so quickly that the liver and a few other cells, like some in the brain, just start putting it down into the pathway of making ketones because we're burning so much of them. So they have a very high oxidation or energy burning rate. Now, which sort of pathway predominates? I think it's really a matter of antioxidant presence, and that will prevent it from going down the peroxidation pathway to a degree. So I think if I agree wholeheartedly, people should be absolutely eating fish. Anyone who is interested in that topic should look up the work by a man named Stephen Cunnane, Cunnane. He wrote a fascinating book called Survival of the Fattest. And he looks at human brain development and how humans are remarkable creatures because we are the only land-based mammals that are born obese. We have these big hungry brains and all this fat in our bodies that are capable of turning into ketones to fuel this explosive brain growth in this high metabolic rate organ. Stephen Cunnane very much embraces this idea that the human evolutionary diet is ocean shore based, that we were eating foods that were rich in omega-3s to support this incredible brain growth and rich in iodine to make thyroid hormone to support rapid brain growth, because thyroid hormone is very, very involved in that.
Oysters is really, really balanced with the zinc and copper. And since they kind of counteract each other, works beautifully. And then same thing with fish. So if you really want the fat soluble vitamins, fish has a very beautiful balance of A, D, E, and K. People eat grass finished beef or lamb because they say, oh, it's richer in omega-3s, or they buy the egg version of omega-3s.
Yeah.
But it's nowhere near the amount of like 1 ounce of salmon roe or 3 ounces or 4 ounces of just salmon or sardines with their bones intact. So that's where, I'm in agreement with you. I think just eating a variety is ideal.